Alright, hello everyone, and today I decided, you know what, I still don't know if they're going to completely remove or rework any of the perks that are current in the game now, so I figured we would go over, a tier list on which of them is absolutely good, from S to A to B to C to D, obviously. Starting with first, Clarity. Clarity, honestly, I'd say I don't understand people saying it's kind of useless when it can serve its purposes. Before, I'd probably put Clarity around A tier. Only reason why is it's pretty simple. Clarity might be a little confusing, but to sum it up, it basically makes your vision better. Meaning that if you're in darker maps, this perk will help allow you to see the map more better, making it a little bit more brighter to see. And for 10 coins too, relatively cheap. So if you're struggling with dark maps as a survivor, then this is a good perk for you. Well, other utilities too, but if you don't want to, then hey, this works well. Also, this video might be pretty short. I mean, it's probably going to be short because it's only perks really, so, just giving my opinion on them. Next we have Flimsy. Flimsy. This is likely gonna go in a B. It's kind of in the middle, really. There's times where if you really know what you're doing, with Flimsy especially, and you're basically risking yourself just to have more speed. Now, I've tried Flimsy before and used it in the past for a bit, and Flimsy can have its purposes, and in my opinion, it can kind of counter not all of them, but I'd say a good portion of the monsters in the game, if you know how to use them correctly. If not, then it's just a straight up death sentence for anybody. But if you're someone who knows how to play the game right, skill and everything, and stamina management, and in general, Flimsy would be a pretty good choice. It's just that you're basically one shot with anything from anyone in game, likely. Only one I would probably say isn't would likely be Valum, but that's if he doesn't have his attack fully charged. Besides that, I'm pretty positive every monster will either bone break you on one hit or you're dead in one hit, honestly. That's just my opinion. On to next is the utility locator-ish. I kind of forgot the name of it. It's a C tier. I mean, what it really does is it basically, once you start the match, you're given around 10 seconds of basically having the location of every single item that's in your match. Whether it's a flashlight, Doom's gauntlets, glow stick, a medkit, flashbang, anything in the map, it's highlighted for you so you can go and find it right away. Something I've also, I kind of knew for a while, and maybe everyone else does, or not, depending on how many people use perks in general. But this can also highlight survivors if they don't pick up the item. So if you have this perk equipped, if you're a survivor obviously, and you see another survivor pick up an item, they will be highlighted for the remainder of the duration. Which is basically like a Danger Vision 2.0, but rather than after a survivor dies, it's in the very beginning of the map. Or match, I mean. Not the best, honestly, because I don't really see any usefulness with it, unless you're really relying on items, and hey, I'd say go. But besides that, honestly, it doesn't really serve much of a purpose. Next we got is the Runner. This gives you, it's more of a B tier also. It gives you 10 extra stamina, but it does drain a little bit faster. I kind of used to run this back then, when I would mostly rely on this and other perks as well, which we'll get to later. This, I mean, I would honestly say they would probably need to be buffed by a little bit for it to actually be good. I mean, it gives you 10 extra stamina, but I mean, honestly, that can just kind of be gone in less than 2 seconds, you know. I wouldn't really say it's a necessity, but if you're someone who's like, you know what, I'm pretty good with countering or surviving against most monsters. So I'm pretty sure I could use the extra stamina, and I'll sacrifice like 10 of my health. So just that. I'd probably say it goes at the end of B tier. Not the absolute best, not the absolute worst, but it's in the middle. Heartbeat. This just sucks. Let's be honest. All this does is increase your heart range. I have not used it. I've used it once, but I don't remember when. But I'm gonna be real. This just basically makes your heartbeat sound more farther to other people, which, in my opinion, I don't really. It's just a complete waste, honestly, because there's not anything that requires a survivor to hear another survivor's heartbeat, right? So honestly, it doesn't really make sense. So I would say don't buy it at all. It's pretty garbage. Next is Sneaky. Okay, now at first, Sneaky didn't really get much of a change. Back then, it was buy the town, but you obviously just use footsteps. Sneaky is actually in A tier. Like very end. Now, before you say anything, I just want to say, someone who's used Sneaky before, it can actually use its purpose. It basically, it uses footsteps, but this can be really, really useful for killers, like Jeffrey Woods, aka Jeff the Killer. This can be used for basically any monster that's able to sort of lower their footsteps, or rather, in general, you have a If you're somebody who plays with headphones, this can benefit you a lot because you'll be able to have enhanced hearing in a way. You can actually, not have to worry about your footsteps being too loud. You can hear in which direction the monster is at. Very Sniper Sneaky has really helped me out whenever I'm in a situation like I'm probably cornered or whatnot. You can hear the monster really, really well with Sneaky, so that way you know where they're going. As I literally said again, this is a perfect, it's not a counter entirely, but this is really useful for Jeff. So I'd say A tier, I would recommend picking it up too. Next, Tanky. Tanky is probably the middle of B tier. It gives you 100. Back then it used to give you like 25 or 30. I don't remember. Which is I think all is there. And now, the older version was moved down to a C. But now it's a B, a middle B. Put it simply, you get 100 extra health, but you run a lot more slow, which you imagine. I would rank Tanky a little bit lower, but you get 100 extra health. This would be really, I would probably say really good against Rosemary's PCXs, depending how good the PCX is. And any low damage monster, they're going to be struggling to kill you if you have 200 HP. And the fact that you're connected to restore that, and they're still going to be saving it for cool and taking focus hitting you because they do very good damage. So I would honestly recommend Tanky if you're certain you can, win a match while being slower and having more health, or if you're in a game with a low damage monster, it could really help you out. So I'd say it's not necessarily a requirement, but danger vision, automatic escape. This, I'll make another video soon on how basically when one wants to survive yourself get better, but I'm going to say it's like danger vision. An absolute S tier, no questions asked. This is a perk that you, in my opinion, you would need to have if you really, really want to boost your chances of living during the match. Basically what this does is every time a survivor is killed, the monster's exact location and movement is marked only for you. If you are the only one, you're the one that has it for 6 seconds. this can really help you out, especially like teleportating monsters such as PCX and Fogboard and whatnot, because you can easily see where they're heading depending on your surroundings. But I'd say it's really, really useful. And in case, let's say you're heading in a direction, but you little did you know the monster was there, and you just don't know about it until he kills a survivor and you can see the icon right in front of you. That's basically a lifesaver. I would recommend running, if you want to boost your chances, I would recommend using Danger Vision. Absolute S tier. Okay, now we have is, I forgot the name of it, Windbreaker, something, I don't know. It's gonna go in the C tier. I say C tier because basically you have 65 stamina, but you no longer lose your breath whenever you're and once you hit it, you won't have to get a little penalty on how you do it. You won't think about your stamina. You can just run with your full stamina and then regenerate it. I use this often because once again you lose 45 stamina and the fact that it's 30 points, I forgot to mention. Everything you see here from Danger Vision to Clarity, Sneaky, Slinky, Pinky, the slightly walk speed, highlights, and heartbeat are all 10 points. This one, which is the Windbreaker, I don't know the name, it's 30 points. I wouldn't say it's necessarily worth it. I would probably recommend skipping this amount. If you want to run it, if you think that you're the type of person that can outrun a monster, where you sprint and whatnot, then yeah, I'd say go for it, but honestly, I wouldn't really recommend using this in this situation. Greedy is rather, I think, middle-ish. The reason why I say this is downside is 30 points, which is really possible. But some pros, you get up to 90 points basically every time. But you have your health is cut in half, or rather up to 60. I don't remember what the But greedy, I would recommend if you're someone who's trying to grind for, let's say, skins, killers, emotes, victory poses, animations, pretty much anything that revolves around coins, and you really want to get them as quick as you can, I would say greedy is your way to go. Yes, it may be 30 coins, it's pretty pricey, but if you're someone that can avoid the monster and someone who will with the matches, I would say, go for greedy and you get the coins in no time. It wouldn't work on all maps. I would probably say greedy would only work depending if there is a good amount of objectives. If there's only like one objective, or rather two, but everyone has let's say for example, like resources, and I would say I'll probably only use greedy if you're going to a map that you know has a good amount of objectives, like at least more than 4 or in general, you don't use it, now the last one, as I'm recording this is no longer, well, there's currently not a game that's being tweaked, changed a bit, which is amazing. I got to use this when it came out, used to use it, but not anymore, but this is for the points, it's more of a third place. Evade is pretty simple. For 30 coins, you gain an ability to basically dodge a monster's attack or direction, really. Like, let's say an MX is about to pow hop on you, then hey, you could just dodge shots. Actually, probably wouldn't look at pow hop, but let's say he's running towards you, then hey, you can use that to dodge out the way. Or if you're getting hit, you can dodge. Only downside is that it takes around 20 to 25 stamina, not really sure how much, but it does take a somewhat decentish amount of stamina to dodge. It was good at first, but honestly, it's not the best. I feel like there should be some tweaks to it before it's re-released again, or maybe make it cheaper or whatnot. But hey, I'd say it's a B tier. This can be pretty useful against monsters that can rather go in one direction or charge at you. For example, Fuwari, PCX, in a way, MX, and West, and other monsters basically that can shoot projectiles or go in one direction. Because you can evade that and essentially saves your life and saves you in sticky situations. But that's pretty much the end of the video. Just wanted to talk or rant about my opinions on these perks before the update comes out, and I'm not sure if these are once again getting removed or reworked at all. I know for a fact, likely Danger Vision with the new one, Danger Sense or whatnot, will be coming out. It's likely going to be reworked or whatnot, but I'm not sure about that. But I just want to give my opinions on this. If you have any thoughts or whatnot, let me know down in the comments. And if you like this video, want to see more videos, click on the like, subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you guys in